Well, two countries that have consistently topped the list for Chinese travelers have been Thailand and Japan. But not anymore. That's according to a new survey conducted in September of more than 10,000 Chinese citizens, where we see Thailand fall to number 6 and Japan to number 8 on places where they say they want to travel next. This is after South Korea, Malaysia, and Australia, and placing Singapore and Europe in the top spots. Now, this change happened rather abruptly from the second to the third quarters of this year, prompting some to ask, well, what happened over the summer? Well, according to China Trading Desk, which conducts these surveys, Chinese travelers are worried about their safety traveling to both of these countries, but for very different reasons. Now, in August, Japan started releasing treated radioactive wastewater from the Fukushima nuclear power plant into the Pacific Ocean, angering Chinese officials who promptly banned incoming imports of seafood from Japan. Now, if we take a look at this graph, if we pull it up, we can see that travelers from China going into Japan steadily increasing this year up until August and then starting to drop off. Now, experts in food safety groups say it's perfectly safe to eat seafood from Japan right now, but it seems some travelers may not be so sure. Eating a very big deal for Chinese travelers. The same survey shows eating is actually the top motivator for Chinese travelers outbound from the country right now, above cultural experiences, sightseeing, and shopping. Now, regarding Thailand, two blockbuster movies released this summer are hitting a little too close to home for some travelers. Now, both movies, Lost in the Stars and No More Bets, are fictional, and neither are set in Thailand. However, some say they closely mirror real-life events that have happened and been in the headlines in recent months. Now, this is especially true of No More Bets, which follows a young couple who accept jobs in Southeast Asia only to find themselves trapped in an online scamming compound. Now, this might sound like a too over-the-top-to-be-true plot line. However, the United Nations estimates that this may, in fact, be happening to several hundred thousands of people in the region. Back to you, Mandy.
Wait, what do we know about these compounds?
Well, we know that they're located not necessarily in Thailand, but in the areas around it. This would be border areas in Myanmar, Cambodia, and Laos. Now, a lot of these are casinos that were operating, and they're in special economic zones, which means local authorities don't have the same level of police power over them, which some say have allowed organized crime to come in and to really proliferate within these areas. Now, these casinos largely attracting Chinese travelers, but when the pandemic hit, well, their revenue obviously took a major hit as well because the travelers weren't coming, and so they turned to a new very prolific way to make money, and that is, of course, online scamming. Now, I actually saw one of these, Mandy. I was in northern Thailand last month. I was along a very rural part of the country, and suddenly, seemingly out of nowhere, this sort of little mega city pops up. And I asked my driver, what in the world is this? And it was right on the border of Laos, and he said, well, it's a casino. And as soon as I got to my hotel, I started researching it, and I was very surprised to find out that the area was well known for all sorts of criminal activity, from drug trafficking to human and wildlife trafficking as well. Back to you.